How much does touring Europe really cost? So basically in this video I'm going to break down every single cost even before we've left the UK. Number one being Le Shuttle. Now we booked this in July. It was before the school holidays, so it wasn't ridiculous, but it was probably one of the biggest upfront costs, and that was £152 return. Next I would say is RAC breakdown cover. Now I paid about £80. I would say this is definitely a must to get your bike. So say if you were to break down in Europe, it can cost anywhere from £3 upwards just to try and get your bike back to the UK. So I would definitely say get some European cover for your bike. Then we got a Critère sticker. Now this is basically for when you're travelling through France. It's basically an emission sticker. It was only €5. Now we weren't guaranteed to be going through any cities with these emission zones. However, we thought for €5 we might as well get them just in case. Now the next one, this one stings a bit. This one's a Swiss vignette. It's about 40, or it is 40 Swiss francs, which is about £35. Now, this was basically for when we were travelling through Switzerland, so you can go on the Swiss motorways. However, we found most of the Swiss motorways, we seem to be stuck in traffic most of the time. So yeah, it was a bit of a stinger, but travel insurance, now you can go to comparison sites and you can get travel insurance from around a couple of quid. However, I don't think that covers for you for when you're riding a motorcycle, because then it's classed as, I think they call it a dangerous sport, or a bit like skiing. So what I did was I got my travel insurance through Bikesure, and that was £36, and that covered you for if anything happened when you were on your bike. So to total that up, even before leaving, that is £308. Now onto the next section, when you're on the road. So first one, fuel. So this is really where the Bullet shone. I averaged 87 miles per gallon, and that was over 2,500 miles. It's incredible really. You think most of them days I was fully geared up on the bike, so all that weight, and I still managed to average 87 miles per gallon. So for the whole trip I spent £190 on fuel. And as I say, that's for 2,500 miles over 10 days, which I think is incredible really, and definitely where the Bullet 350 shines. Accommodation. Now we were away for 9 nights and 10 days, and we started off at Luxembourg Freeland Hotel. Now I stayed this night on my own in the room, and this was £95 or €110. As you can see, the room's pretty standard really. That was Freeland Hotel. Next up, we were then at Berndorf in southern Germany, and this was the Hirschkin Hotel. Very oldie worldy. This was £75 or €86. Again, I was on my own in this room again. Then next up, we were at Ponte de Legno, which was the Blue Hotel Acquasaria. Now we were here for 5 nights, and for 5 nights that came in at a price of £295. Come to £59 per night, which I didn't think was too bad. Now I will admit, on this one I did share a room with Ash, so yeah, it was £59 each for the room as we shared, but no, that was £59 for the Blue Hotel Acquasaria. When we then left Blue Hotel Acquasaria, we then went back to where we were on the second night, which was back to Berndorf Hirschkin Hotel, and for that night it was £53 or €61. Now I don't have any footage of the room we had that night, so I'll show you the footage of the room that I had the second night I was there. And then back again to Luxembourg, and that was £48.50 or €55. Again, I'll show some footage from the first night we were there. has had no footage of this either. So a grand total for hotels, that was £566.50. Now, food-wise, most of the hotels we stayed at included a breakfast. Yeah, we had a breakfast most mornings, and to also try and make things cheaper, most of them did like breads, cheese and meats. So what we would do is make a sandwich, and then have that out at lunch, and then kind of from that, then I basically, over the course of the trip, I spent about €30 a day roughly, give or take. And so over the trip I spent £261 on food. So a grand total for the trip. So the trip for me and my Royal Enfield Bullet 350 cost me a grand total of £1,325.50. I hope that's really helped if anyone is planning to do a European trip. Hopefully I've broke it down enough for you. Obviously prices do fluctuate, but yeah, that's how much it cost me and my Bullet 350 to tour from the UK to Italy over 9 nights and 10 days. Thank you for watching this one. I've been Lee and this is my channel Meals on Wheels. I really hope you like the content and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Good night.